Hello everyone, my name is James Ryan and I'm here to actually play for you FTL, also known as Faster Than Light. Last episode was not very full of action, let's just say. So this guy was called Turing. He's no longer Turing, he's now Alan Turing. That's right, Alan Turing was the guy who invented he invented Turing machines, which did stuff. I don't know that much about them. I really ought to know more. I'm not even sure if they were actual real machines or if they were just something he came up with, or more of a thought experiment. I'm not sure though. He also came up with the Turing test, which was designed to test how human-like a robot was. I'll talk to you about that a bit later. Now these guys, Turing will be a human. I guess we'll put some of the more supernatural kind of style guys here. This guy will be Nikola Tesla. I used to think it was called Telsa. I used to call them Telsa coils, but his nickname is Nikola Tesla, and they're called Tesla coils. So yeah, Nikola Tesla, you have always been quite a superhuman, eh? I think I even had a documentary, and the start of the documentary was like, I am able to see into machines how things work. And I'm not even sure if that was actually his voice or not, but it might have been, and it's just so creepy, man. He's a great guy. He was going to give us all free electricity, but then they blew down the tower that was going to do it, because it was not profitable. Bastards. Thomas Edison. Anyone ask you who's better, Thomas Edison or Nikola Tesla? It's Tesla all the way. Thomas Edison, which I'm now going to name this guy after, was great. He came up with the light bulb. He invented a whole load of cool things. If it weren't for him, we might not be watching this. You might not be watching this video on YouTube. You might not have any internet. So we got to give a lot of thanks to him. However, he was a bit of a as much of a scientist, an awesome scientist person he was also one of those you have been to business management classes? Who am I kidding? I know you've been to business management classes, audience. I stalk you. No, I'm kidding. But I know that one particular member of my audience goes to business management classes and learns how to steal money off people. Yeah. Anyway, Thomas Edison was kind of like that. Anyway, Nikola Tesla came along one day. Thomas Edison had his whole direct current system set up all across the city, and then one day Nikola Tesla came along to the city. I forgot which one it was. I don't know that much about America. He said, you know, I reckon your DC is inefficient. We could supply area, and with your DC system, we have to set up things all over all these different places. With an alternating current system, you could set the current a lot further. And you wouldn't have to have DC power stations every so often. You could only need the stations over a wide range, because with Thomas Edison's old plan, they'd have to keep building new ones, and they'd be really close to each other, and it would be silly, and it would waste a lot of money. But then Thomas Edison said to Nikola Tesla, well, if you can build a better system, I'll give you this much money, and you can implement it, eh? So Nikola Tesla went and did just that, came back to Edison, and Edison was really surprised, and he was like, what? I was just joking about that. Like, I'm speechless. And then Thomas Edison started doing things, and Nikola started trying to frame Nikola Tesla for being evil, and that alternating current was destructive, and he did things like electrocute dogs with alternating current and kill them to make Nikola Tesla look bad. I mean, he was the one killing dogs, but whatever. People are silly and stupid and fall for crap like that. He was definitely good at his marketing, eh? Anyway, eventually they were going to build the Wardenclyffe. Nikola Tesla was doing experiments in wireless electricity. Eventually he wanted to build the Wardenclyffe Tower, which was going to supply free wireless electricity to anyone in the world. It would have been a great boon for humanity, I guess. But they shut it down, with people against him like Edison. Shut it down under the guise that it would have no profit. and that there was no profit in that. I think they were threatened by the fact that their businesses would go down. Of course, it may all... And I've seen that the science behind it is real. It could have happened. So I'm not sure why they don't do it today. Probably because they're a bit cautious nowadays of shifting the Earth's electrostatic/magnetic field or whatever. You know, they're a bit on the cautious side of don't want to mess too much with nature. So yeah, now that we're out of that, it's time to actually begin to start playing. I should probably end the episode here and start up again. And I'll just name these two as intro/talk episodes. Yeah, thanks. Bye.